guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to make a quick little video today just about my bullet journal and just a little bit of an update with that. So let me just, hold on. Let me just open it up and show you. So as we know, we have my year in pixels. Today's the 10th, so I need to go in and fill out a couple of things in here. But I'm actually not like really far behind or anything in here when it comes to my year in pixels. My workouts, not great tracking them, but again, kind of keeping up with it. But when we get to my habit tracker, obviously I haven't been using that. And when we get to my time tracker, I kind of fell off the wagon with that, even though it was kind of working for the most part. I will fully admit that I filled in a lot of these pages. So it's just, I wish that I used it better than I do, but I don't. So I decided to start using some digital tools, some that I had invested in already, and some new ones. So let me just try to get the brightness to sort of adjust so you have at least a chance of seeing this. But this is my iPhone. I have Do Not Disturb on, lots of emails and stuff. But I really love using the stacked tiles on my phone to kind of hide things. So on my home screen, I have a bunch of different things. But I have, this is a WidgetSmith, what do you call them, widgets? This is a WidgetSmith widget. And all of the quote-unquote cover ones that I have are, so basically I've just turned off the auto rotate feature. So I have like covers that keep my home screen clean, but I also have my flipped on here. I have a clock on here that like sort of matches, but not really, but for the most part I leave that there. I have my transit, which is a like public transit app, so it like gives you all the routes to go different places. My Apple Watch rings and my sleep tracker. I have a calendar here, and underneath that is the news and the weather. And then on my second page, which is the page that I use the most, to be honest, I have these two apps, which I'm not sure if you can see, but they both say actually exactly what's under them. So there's music, podcasts, Libby, which is a library book rental app that I have both on my iPad and on my phone. And then Twitch, so if anybody's live on Twitch, I can see that. And then this bottom one has my Notion, so I can go directly to my winter quarter checklist. I can see my rings again. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. And all my batteries. So this only shows my headphones, my Apple Watch, and my phone battery, but still useful information. And then this last one is actually a Pinterest widget, which I think is so cool. I think it's a really underrated widget. But this has a Pinterest photo from my board called Aesthetic on my Pinterest, which I think is linked in the description. If I remember, I'll put it there, but my Pinterest is just nerdy artists. But it just rotates through different pictures, and for the most part they fit in. I think it's kind of fun to have them switch up. And then I have something called ATracker Pro under here. And I'm not sure why it doesn't show up for me. I thought that there was a widget for the other app that I'm going to show you today, but I can't figure out how to get that to work. So I'm just gonna show you guys the app itself. But I do believe that there is a widget for it, and there are Apple Watch apps for both of these as well. So ATracker Pro is a time tracking app. I did pay for it. It was $4.99, so it is a little bit of a premium app. But basically I just put in all of the tasks that are in my bullet journal in that little fold out flap that I showed you guys. I put them all in here. I think I cut one or two of them out or added a couple of extra things. I'm not really sure. But I just put in different color codes for them. So I figured family and social life can go together as one thing. My routines, self-care, house care, those all can go together. Self-learning and reading can go together, and then my class, homework, and clubs can all go together. And then, of course, I have farting around and sleeping as their own things. I don't always track my sleep just because I track my sleep using my Apple Watch, but I don't know. If I remember to, I'll put it on. It's mostly the turning it off that I forget to do. But I'll show you guys the last 7 days. I've only had this going for a couple of days, but I like it so much better than using my bullet journal to track anyway. But you can see like a different view, like a pie chart view of how all the time is spent. Obviously there's some untracked time in here. There's only 34 hours in here. So sleep doesn't actually take up that much time. That's also why I'm considering not doing sleep, because sleep is just a huge block of time. So the pie chart kind of looks a little funky. But yeah, so you can see it in this pie chart kind of view by a bunch of different time ranges and everything. And then you can also view it in a calendar view. So if I go back to a day where I like really use this, you can see this big block is sleep, and it shows you the times, and you can even adjust them too. But then I was doing house care, nerdy artist stuff, probably some filming and editing, some farting around, which is usually just like watching TV or scrolling on social media, stuff like that. So I've only had this going for the last few days, but I really like that it's just a really easy way to time track and everything like that. And it gives you a really good explanation of everything that you are up to. So the other app that I use is called Done. And I think this app is kind of well-known-ish. So this is a habit tracking app, so you can put in all of your habits in here. There are a lot of settings within them as well, so you can go and change a lot of things. So you can name them anything that you want to. You can decide if you want to build or quit this habit. So let's say, I don't know, you want to stop biting your nails. You could put biting your nails in here and click quit instead of build, and then this changes this to set your goal for blank times or less per week. So you can do it that way. You can choose your goal period. So this is my wake up by 7:30. It actually should be 8 o'clock. Let me change that. Up by 8 a.m. So my goal period is every week. So every week I want to wake up by 8 a.m. 6 times. The default count is 1, so every time that you tap on it, it adds 1. And then what days do you want to track this? Every day for all of my habits. And mine are all just the same color because I don't really care, to be honest. But you can do things like set reminders. You can change different target lines, add notes, write something to motivate you. And then you can do that for all of these different things. So like today, I was up by 8 a.m. I did get into my bullet journal. I have had 1 bottle of water today. So like this water thing, I have 5 water bottles in my fridge, and I try to drink all of them every single day. And that's, I think, 100 ounces of water. So every day, this is a daily goal period, I try to drink 5 bottles of water, so 5 waters, and try to check that off. I haven't done flipped, I haven't studied, so like the study one is another weekly one, so I want to do a little bit of studying every day and be able to check that off. I haven't studied, but I am going to. Writing, creative, reading, no spend. I just bought groceries. But like for no spend, it's a weekly habit that I want to build, but I only have it set to 4 days a week, because if I cannot spend 4 days a week, then that's huge. Working out 6 days a week, practicing self-care. I think this is 5 days a week, yeah. And then doing yoga 5 days a week. So you can set your goals to really anything in here, and it's super easy to have it just in your pocket or even on your Apple Watch. So this is my Apple Watch. I am not totally sure how easy it is going to be to see, but let's try. So I also have this on Do Not Disturb, as you can see. I have a couple of different watch faces. So this one is the one that I use the most, but I do also have a like watch face, and then a couple of picture ones over here. But when we're looking at this watch face, I have my time tracker right in the middle right here, so I can scroll through here and say, I actually should have Nerdy Artists running, but I can just tap right there and start tracking something. And then when I go back to my home face, it'll tell me, okay, you're tracking Nerdy Artists right now. You've been tracking it from 10:12 to now. Would you like to stop and start it? So it's a really easy way to use that app. And then when we go out to my faces, the Done app is right here, and it'll load up. This is really hard to record. Hello? Oh, there it goes. So the Done app is right here. It has all of my habits in there, and yeah, I can scroll through and tap. So let's just say I drank another bottle of water. I can tap it and update the counter. So that is nice and easy. But just like, I feel like bullet journaling for me is an escape from my phone. I've always said that. I've said that I really like my bullet journal time because it's time away from my phone and my devices and everything. But for some things, I feel like it's just easier to do on a phone. It's easier to time track on a phone, even if it's not 100% perfect. It's easier to habit track on a phone because my phone comes with me everywhere. My bullet journal does not. So like, for example, today's Sunday, so I'm going home for Sunday dinner with my parents. If I have a couple of glasses of water, I'm gonna mark it as water, but I'm not gonna have my bullet journal with me to check that off on any sort of list or anything like that. So it's just a little bit easier to have something that's always with me tracking the two things that I think are really important. So both of those apps are paid. They do have free versions, but the free versions really limit what you can do with them. Neither of them are outrageously expensive in my opinion. They're pricey. I mean, they're $5 and $6 each, I think is the price. I have the price listed in the description. But yeah, for me at least, I don't pay for a lot of apps. There are actually very few apps that I'm willing to pay for, but those two are definitely ones that are really useful to have the premium versions of. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Hopefully you can see everything kind of clearly. I'm not sure if you were able to see my Apple Watch or anything like that, but anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed and are having a fantastic day, week, morning, evening, whatever time zone you're in when you're watching this, whenever you are. And I will see you next time. Bye!